What's up, YouTube? Today is Thursday, March 15th, 2018. My name is Doug Smith. I'm here to make a kind of like a review video about the floral industry. College Humor made a video about it. The Adam Ruins Everything. I hope I got that right. I hope that's on two separate channels. Either way, shout out to Adam and shout out to College Humor. But I wanted to make this video to talk about it because I'm a designer in a flower shop located right here in Roanoke, Virginia, and I broke my wrist, so it's been kind of slow. That's why I'm here right now at home. But I wanted to talk about why ordering flowers online is actually very detrimental to the flower industry. It's destroying it, really, because it's no longer about flowers, it's more about the money. Companies like Teleflora, 1-800-Flowers, BloomNet, FTD, they all run these services, and they actually have offices set up. They have people on the phones, people like IT techs and all that, and they have to pay them. So where does that money come from? It comes off of the actual order. You place a $50 order, they're going to take the actual fee from that order just to pay somebody that took the order. And then all these other florists, like it's set up where like FTD, Teleflora, 1-800, they will take the orders, or they will receive them from another company that gathers orders and send them through FTD, 1-800, Teleflora, which are also called wire services. They will take the order, and then florists, like local florists in town, choose, to add that to their business. Like, we don't have enough walk-ins, so we're going to go ahead and receive Teleflora orders. So people are placing orders, we receive them, now we have work. To be a part of that, we have to pay Teleflora. I don't know the exact figure, but it's maybe like $160, maybe $200 a month to be a part of that service. And you'd think that would be enough, but for us to receive an order, even though we're already paying to be a part of it, you place that $50 order, like from California, to go to a hospital here in Roanoke because your cousin is sick or something, or broke a bone like I did. You pay that, and they're going to skim some off the top to pay their workers, and then also they're going to make us pay them like 16% of the order cost just to receive the order, because they're referring the order to us. So we pay that referral fee. Long story short, you place a $50 order, they skim some money off, and then they make us pay extra money, and then we also have to deliver it. So before you know it, after the referral fees, the delivery fees, and the labor, the order is actually hardly worth taking, because we'll see maybe $1 or $2 profit. And a lot of times, a lot of those orders get canceled because from those websites, they're not going to tell you, this is the Christmas section, don't order this until Christmas. They're going to let you order it whenever. And they'll send it to any florist gladly because they're making money. But then we get it and we say, it's July, we can't get Christmas greens, vice versa, it's Christmas, and we'll get orders for spring, things that aren't in season. So I'm not going to go ahead and go through like flower names or nothing, because most people don't really understand too many of the flowers. But the whole point is, when you order flowers, you want to order them and get the most value, especially to whoever you're sending it to. The best way to do that, and the reason why I'm making this video called that, what's the best way to send flowers and get the best value, is to go online, but not to a website like 1-800 or Teleflora. You want to find, I guess, the city or the county that you are trying to send flowers to. From there, you want to do a search like Roanoke Florist. Maybe you live in Chicago, you want to say Chicago Florist. And then you'll actually see a list of businesses in Chicago that are florists that can receive your order over the phone, or they'll tell you, hey, we're located here on the corner of whatever, 15th and Market, we're at the northeast corner. Then you can go to their actual location. Doing that, you're going to avoid delivery fees if you actually receive the order. We're not going to pay a referral fee to receive the order. And then on the off chance your recipient calls us and says, hey, I got this awesome arrangement, I just want to know who I need to thank, who sent it. If you order directly through the florist is going to know who ordered it. If you order through Teleflora, BloomNet, they're not going to have any reference because those companies don't disclose the person who ordered. They just tell you where it's going and what the card message is. So that's the best way to avoid losing the value. Like I said, on a $50 order, we're not going to make only but $1, maybe, and that all depends what's going into the order. If it's roses and if it's more exotic flowers, if they're more expensive opposed to cheaper, more common flowers. If you're putting the more expensive in, you're going to get less of them because we're not trying to spend more money than what the order's worth. But when it's an order that comes through the internet, that value, that amount that we're trying to stay under, that amount goes even lower. So we're trying to work with like $13 in flowers to do a $50 order because there's so many fees and so much chomping at it that we don't really succeed. And in the long run, companies like Teleflora, 1-800, they're going to keep making money because they're going to keep receiving orders. And on the off chance your order doesn't get delivered, the florist, if the florist screws up and they don't send your order and they just don't pay attention, they're going to pay the fee of not doing it, not taking care of their customers. But if they send an order at 1 a.m., somebody decides to get drunk because they got in an argument with their significant other and they're like, man, I got to make things right. And they've been drinking. It's like 1, 2 in the morning. They place an order. They go online like, I got it. I'll order a dozen roses. That order is going to come through at 1 or 2 in the morning. And by 4, it's a 2-hour window. If we don't cancel or say, no, we can't do this, no, we can't get those flowers, or, you ordered something that comes in like a ceramic Ford truck, and we don't have that, we're not going to see that till like 8:30, 9 a.m. The 2-hour window is closed. So when we say, look, we don't have that, we can't get it, we're not just losing that order, but we're also paying. Like if it's a $55 order, we got to pay whatever wire service $55. And then they go ahead and send it to whoever else. So the wire service is always going to win, and the florist is always going to lose in this regard. And the most important thing when it comes to ordering is trying to keep things in mind as far as season. And a lot of times, if you have a really good local florist, you can actually tell them, look, I'm trying to spend no more than $60. Chances are they'll tell you, well, at $65, we can do such and such. If you can't do under 60 or over 60, that's fine, whatever the price is. A florist will work with you. The best way to go about it is just tell them the colors you like or tell them a specific flower that you like and request to have a floral designer do their own designer's choice, like a chef's choice chef salad, right? They're going to decide what to put in it. You can let the floral designer decide what to do with it, and you're going to end up with a much better value. Most of the designs you're going to see online are pretty standard. They're not really all that creative, and the pictures don't do justice. Those are just, it's like a guide. Like if you get a catalog, and for a big box store, you get a catalog in the mail, you find a pair of shoes, you order them, it better look exactly like the shoes you picked out of the catalog. But out of a selection guide, which is what the flower websites are, it's just a guide. And those companies are not going to explain that to the person ordering. They're just going to go right to the florist and say, you made a mistake, you got to pay us back, even after the florist has sent the flowers out. So if a $100 order comes in, and we do it, and the customer says, well, I didn't like how it looked, and everything was dead and wilted or whatever, they're going to call the company, like Teleflora, complain. Teleflora will tell us, hey, we're going to refund the customer. Would you like to help us with that? We don't really have a choice. They're going to take that $100 from us. So now we're out $100 for the order. We're out the cost of the flowers, the labor, and everything that it took for us to do the order. We're out another $6 for the delivery because our delivery driver did deliver it, so we got to pay him. And then we're still out the fees, the monthly fees and referral fees for those orders, and we don't get that back. So we pay the 16% send the order. When the customer gets a refund, we don't get that referral fee back. And there's never ever, like, those companies don't look out for the florists. Not to say that some florists aren't terrible, because there are some pretty horrible ones, and I know of some locally, and I won't say any names, because I'm not here to try to talk like, come to my shop, you know. Most of you guys aren't even going to know where I'm working, or probably never even heard of Roanoke, Virginia. But the most important thing is, you always want to go to your florist, not a big company like Teleflora or FTD or 1-800, because those companies, the more everybody goes to those companies, the less people are going to the florist. Less people going to the florist means that for a florist to survive, they have to also incorporate those big companies. And the profit margins for the florist go way down. Those companies get bigger and bigger, you know, income, and customer satisfaction goes down. Delivery times get messed up. It gets really, really heavily skewed, and it messes up the entire market. It makes it bad for everyone. So, you know, my suggestion, call your florist, go online, do a search for whatever city, you know, florists in Detroit, florists near Detroit, florists near Sacramento, you know. And it doesn't even have to be in your city, you know. Now, there are options. One of the upsides of the wire services are you can go to a florist. If you live in Sacramento and you're trying to send something to Chicago, you can go to your florist in Sacramento, California, and say, you know, I want to send something over to Chicago. Can you help me with that? If they do have a wire service such as 1-800, FTD, Teleflora, they can wire it to another florist. You'll pay the florist right there, and they'll wire the money. So that is convenient. And it helps a little bit more doing it that way, opposed to just going to 1-800flowers.com and placing the order, and then you have no idea what florist is going to get it. At least doing it this way, you can actually call your recipient and say, hey, I got something coming to you from such and such florist, you know, and that's going to be more familiar to the person in Chicago. Oh, I know where that is. Yeah, they do great stuff, you know. And if there's ever any problem, they can actually call the florist in Sacramento, and the florist in Sacramento has your contact. And they can call you and say, hey, you know, the florist says they can't do this, or they don't have that. What else would you like to do? Or, you know, how do you want to take care of this? There's better connection and communication there. And that's the most important thing when you're ordering flowers. Just so you're not stepping on the florist's toes. I mean, if the order's not of a high value, then mainly, like, if it's not like 100, 150, the florist that's doing it is not going to make a whole lot. And not to say that they got to make a ton, but it's not hardly worth, like, it'd be better working at McDonald's. It'd be better for us, you know, to just close up shop. I'll go get a minimum wage job at Mickey D's. If all we do is receive only wire service orders. And it makes the whole industry not worth it, you know. So, to get the best value, go online or open up a phone book, go to yellowpages.com, go to Google Maps, search up a florist local to where you're trying to send it, call them, maybe drive there, stop by, talk to the florists. This way the communication is so much more crystal clear. And if your recipient says, hey, I got this awesome arrangement, you know, it was my birthday, the card said happy birthday, but it didn't say who it was from, we can actually take care of that. If you send it over 1-800-Flowers, we're not going to know. And when you come to us, we're going to value you a lot more because, like I said, everybody's going to the convenience of the internet opposed to going to their local florist. So we're going to appreciate you walking in so much more. So, I mean, like, I'm not trying to, like, puke on you about flowers or anything. I just want anybody that's trying to figure out the best way to send flowers, best way to, you know, like, get the message across of goodness and happiness and thinking of you and I love you and miss you, hope you feel better, get well, happy anniversary, whatever. That's all going to get there better because the florists are going to be able to spend more money on the flowers because it's less money they're paying the wire services. A lot of times we'll give you a better price cut. A lot of times, You know, like florists, most florists are pretty quick. You can come in and order an arrangement and walk out in 10 minutes with a freshly done arrangement that will last a week or so. When you order online, it's hard to say. You're messing with technology. It's all human error. Humans made the programs. Programs can always make a mistake. A order could not print for some reason, and we never know about it. Things can get lost in the system, but when you speak to someone one-on-one, you could always call them back and be like, "Hey, I was there yesterday. What happened?" "You're right. My apologies." Plus, in the event of a refund, you could always just get it like cash in hand or a cashier's check, opposed to waiting, however many business days for the wire service to take the money from the one account and post it, and it's too diluted, and it's really ruining the industry. So I hope I really like touched a point. I hope I got this clear to a lot of people. And I mean, at the end of the day, flowers are supposed to make people feel good. Brighten their day, and the best way to do that, like I said, go to your local florist, because you're going to get a better arrangement. You're going to get a better selection. You're going to get to speak to the designers. It's just a much more inclusive experience. So I really hope this helps. And I do want to tell everybody, I do appreciate you guys watching my videos. I'm still pretty new to YouTube. Not really. I mean, I've been doing this for like 7 years, but I started doing like online business stuff, and then I stopped. So I'm starting new videos. I'm just trying to do reviews, just kind of throw like little random knowledge out there to help people with their day-to-day lives. And so, if you guys do like my video, please give me a thumbs up if this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If there's any other type of topics you would like to have me touch on, try to clarify, because I'm very analytical, and I try to put things in an understandable term for people. So if there's something you want to know more about, really anything, I'll always do my best, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to make these videos for you guys. So with that, if you like this, please thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. And subscribe. And if you decide that you do like watching me talk about different things, and you want to subscribe, don't forget to hit the little bell. New thing YouTube has done: if you've subscribed to someone, the default is that they will receive notifications occasionally. It'd be like if you subscribe to Motor Trend magazine, but you only got a magazine once every 6 months. You'd be pretty upset. The whole thing is just click that notification thing to always, and I think that's it. I can't think if there's anything else. Yeah, so I do appreciate it. If you guys have anything you want me to review, just let me know. And with that, I hope you guys have an awesome Thursday. And if you're just seeing this whatever day it is, have an awesome day. All right. Go online and look at the florist. Send somebody some flowers, brighten somebody's day.